Alright, so before we get going too far, be sure to get your smoker warming up. We have ours set to 225, and we also have a smoker tube going in here just to give us a bit extra smoky flavor. The smoker itself is running a competition blend or just the general hardwood blend, and the tube itself we are running apple. Alright, now into the meat and potatoes on how to make the smoked Cheez Its or smoked whatever you want to make. Cheez Its is a good base. You can also do, we're going to try and do some goldfish mega bites this time too. If you haven't yet, go ahead and get your smoker set and going, warming up to 225, get your smoker tube rolling, and we'll get going here. So in order to do this, you're going to need your Cheez Its. We're going to start with a party size box here. Your rub, we're going to use Holy Gospel from Meat Church. Also used Voodoo, which is really good. You're going to need Worcestershire sauce, and I'm going to use some spray just to hit the pan just so the cheeses don't stick. Then you're also going to need 3/4 cup of butter melted, so if you use a 6, it's like a stick and a half of butter. Go ahead and pause this video now if you want. You can get that butter prepped and melted and return here once that's done. Alright, so I'm going to presume that you've gone ahead and melted your butter. So what we're going to do is we are going to start by greasing the pan. We're just going to do that so the food does not stick to the bottom. Then we are going to put the Cheez Its and goldfish into the pan. Now I'm using some large turkey or lasagna pan that I got from Walmart because I make these a lot, but you can use the disposable aluminum pans as well. It is your choice. Now we got our big goldfish. It's a lot of fish. It'll kind of get that evenly distributed here a little bit, kind of mix them up. Okay, so now we have our Worcestershire sauce that we're going to put into the melted butter. This I kind of do to color a little bit, so you know, 1 squirt, 2 squirts, and we'll stir it up a little bit here. Starting to turn a bit brown depending on your butter. It might turn Worcestershire sauce, it might turn a bit brown or gray. We'll keep going here, get that a little darker. There we go. You can see that's a bit of a darker color now. That's what we're looking for. We're also going to put some of this seasoning into our butter sauce mixture here. Once again, just kind of eyeball it a little bit. Stir that in. And this is very similar if you've ever made Chex Mix before. You made your own Chex Mix where you do the butter and the mix and toss your crackers in it and then microwave it for a certain amount of time. Except we're going to smoke it. So now that we have our butter mixture done, we're going to just kind of drizzle that over our mix here. Done our first round there, and then we'll kind of stir it up, mix it up a little bit. Get stuff out of the corners, get the juices mixing around. So there's that, and we're going to keep drizzling this on. we'll go ahead and give it another stir again. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see, since we're using a GoPro to film this, that the crackers are starting to get coated a bit more, crackers and goldfish. And you can see how it kind of pools on the bottom, so that's why we're giving it all these nice little stirs here to move that around. Make sure everything is nice and coated. And we're just going to kind of finish spooning this over here. Alright, so now that that's done, we'll set the bowl and spoon aside. We still have our big mixing spoon here. We're now going to just kind of use this dry rub and apply it very generously. And stir it again, kind of mix everything up. Whenever you turn it, you're not going to be able to see the seasoning, so you know those crackers or Cheez-Its or fish are not coated. So you can see a little bit up here, so we kind of turn that over and repeat. And we'll give another stir. And as you can see, these really soak up the seasoning or the rub now that they're coated with butter. So it's you definitely want to stir them around and apply your seasoning very generously to make sure everything gets coated. Alright, and this is probably going to be our last stir because you can see everything's kind of getting coated. Just trying to bring these ones from the edge back in. We'll hit it one last time over here. There we go. She is ready to go in the smoker. So take your spoon out with you, set it on your smoker or your grill, because once you put this on, you're going to want to mix it up every 15-ish minutes for the first hour, just so things don't stick to the pan. And then after that, every 20 or 30 minutes until your crackers are dry. So let's take it to the smoker. Alright, I'm going to try and do this one-handed here, so bear with me. So we're back out of the smoker. We are up to 225. It's turning a little bit toasty, that's okay. And as you can see, we got our smoker tube going with apple for that nice flavor. It's just like smoking cheese. You want that nice light flavor on your Cheez-Its. You don't want something very acidic or very hard on it. Also got some Heinkel's hot dogs going over here. Shout out to Heinkel's in Decatur, Illinois. Really good hot dogs. And here's our Cheez-Its. So we are going to take those, and preference is for me to do those on the very top rack. Kind of keeps them off that direct heat. You can do them on the bottom rack if you want. However, just be sure to stir them a lot more frequently so they don't stick and burn to that pan. But we're going to close this and come back in 15 minutes to stir. Alright, we are back out here at the 15-minute mark. Popping it open, it's looking good. And we're just gonna kind of get in there, make sure nothing's stuck to the bottom, stir it all around a little bit. Be sure to dig everything out of the corners because some stuff likes to get stuck in there and then it never really cooks or gets smoked. So just kind of spread it all around, flip from top to bottom. Do your best to get under stuff and not crush it. There we go. That's that. I personally would come back out again every 15 minutes for a little bit for the next, or 2 or 3 more times for the first hour here, just to make sure stuff doesn't get stuck. And then after that, every 30 to 40 minutes after that, personally, I will not bring you along with me for those, just to get it done, but I will bring you along with me once it's done. Alright, gonna try and do this one-handed again, so bear with me. Coming out back here, I think we're about done. Start a little before 6 and it's a little after 9. Popping it open, if you look, everything looks nice and coated. Still getting nice smoke from the odor, can't complain there. Everything looks nice and dry, kind of been stirring it around, sampled a couple and they're good. So at this point I'm going to take it out and bag it up. If you do have issues with stuff drying out or not drying out, you can always kick your temperature up to like 275. That'll help expedite the process a little bit. But other than that, thank you for joining along on this adventure, and subscribe if you want to see more, and comment and let us know how it turned out.